Hello, I'm Lizzy.
And I'm Izzy, and we need help.
Each week we stumble through a new book, method, or concept that brings us one step closer to being our best self.
Yes, we make fun of ourselves.
And others.
But mostly just ourselves. So here's to not taking self-help quite so seriously.
Welcome to We Need Help. I'm Lizzy.
And I'm Izzy. And this week, we need wrath.
We need anger.
We need
Yes.
anger and wrath. There was a guy in my high school. His name was Drew Wrath. I thought, what a cool name.
Drew.
Drew Wrath.
Yeah.
Wrath.
Yeah. That sounds really, really hot.
But it wasn't spelled with a W. It was spelled with an R, like RATH.
Oh.
So that wasn't as cool.
No.
Like it
No.
W. I would have probably legally changed it to Wrath, like fucking Drew.
Well, should we take a minute to thank our listeners for listening and remind them to like and follow and recommend us to all the imperfect people out there trying to be better?
Yes, otherwise they might be like wrathful if we don't. So we want to thank our
We're gonna be wrathful if they don't.
yeah, it goes both ways. We don't thank them, they're wrathful. You don't like us, we'll unleash the wrath. And I don't mean
not Drew's version, not the one without the W.
Yeah. So like, subscribe, hit the like button.
Dry hump, do what you gotta do.
Try
Just punch it. Just punch it. Okay, so this is one of my favorite subjects.
You say that about all the subjects.
Well, this is really one that's near and dear to my heart.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to define what is wrath, and then I want to hear from you, like, why you love wrath so much. So, up the definition: wrath, extreme anger, often accompanied by a desire for revenge, violent, vengeful rage. Excellent.
I like it. Yeah.
But anger, yeah. Why is this one of your favorite subjects?
Well, I've never changed anything in my life that hasn't started out with anger.
Yeah.
You know, a big change.
Yeah.
Short of having Scarlett. That's the one thing that changed my life in a big way that didn't fire up with anger, because I think that when anger is a really good gas pedal for us, and it's a flag to say something's wrong, and it's a useful tool for us to have an indication that something isn't right.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. Yeah, I agree with that. It's like an indicator light that comes on, and like either you look at it or you just ignore it, but it's not going to fix it's just your car's going to break down. So
yeah, your engine is about to shut down if you're angry.
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah. Yep.
So what was anger like? What were you taught about anger when you were a kid? Anything that you were like?
Well, my mom could pop off, don't get me wrong. Like she could lose it. But my mom is historically a person that has pushed down her anger where she should have popped off. I witnessed that, like I witnessed people who were sitting at our table who had done her so uncontrollably wrong. And, my mom is a good example of like just shoving things down that were such red flags, and of course I went to church, if you can't say something nice, don't say anything at all. What?
I'm going to walk around silent all the time.
Yeah. 'Cause I have nothing to say now, but I think we're taught as little girls to be nice no matter what. If we're not nice, we're going to be either viewed as unfeminine, or, you're going to act like a boy, or you're going to be difficult. You don't want to be a difficult person, because then you're going to be punished by not having friends, not having invites, not having, opportunities that, would otherwise be there if you were agreeable.
Mm, I hate that word.
Agreeable.
Agreeable. Mm,
Mm.
not a, yeah.
Never wanted to fuck somebody who was agreeable.
No, that's just not sexy.
Ew.
He's so
So
agreeable.
sad. Oh my God. Meow.
Drew Rath, on the other hand.
Oh, Drew. So, yeah, what were you taught about it? I know you were taught. I know what you were taught. I can't wait for you to say it.
Well, I mean, yeah, I was like my mom was kind of an angry person. So she would like yell and she let it all out. My dad was more of the suppressor. Uh,
Mm,
but yeah, no, it wasn't like we weren't allowed to like really show emotions. So, which was hilarious because when I got showed anger, I was spanked. So that's like look at the double standard here. Like you're not allowed to be angry, so I'm going to hit you. So you're not
yeah.
angry. Like how does that how does that
When
make
you're
sense?
out of control, I'm going to become out of control.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
that's what I,
That's what it was like. It was like, two wrongs, like we're made trying to make a right and it just doesn't work. Yeah.
yeah. I think that we're all kind of given that thing to shoulder is, yeah, it's great to be a strong woman, but we also have to be agreeable and nice. You have to be nice. Be
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah. And I just think anger is, presented as like something ugly, something that you should not feel at all. Like it's bad to feel anger, right?
Yeah.
That's not a good thing, and you suppress it at all costs. Get rid of it at all costs. Just get rid of it. And I
And
think,
I think we're watching a lot of people not get angry enough.
or we watch the anger like suppress, and then it explodes in like shootings, or because what to do with that, because
Yeah.
people aren't taught to what to do with the anger. Like nobody knows what to do with it, you know?
Yeah. Yep.
I
I mean,
wasn't
it's
taught what to do
scary.
with it. I was spanked. That was it. So I had all this anger and I did not know how to channel it. And addiction, drinking, using became a great way to suppress that anger, right? Because I didn't get the tools to like deal with it, you know?
Yeah. Because if you feel nothing, it's better than feeling angry.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, because anger is bad, right? So yeah. I've learned tools to like deal with my anger, right? Like just which is great, but I didn't know what to do with it when I was little. So, yeah.
Yeah. I think about that for Scarlett a lot, like, how to channel anger. And
Yeah,
I basically,
I'm
go ahead.
curious how it is now, like having a child, and I'm sure she gets angry. Like, how do you like deal with her anger, and what do you do with it, like when it comes up?
Well, I don't deal with her anger at all. I mean,
Okay,
she's angry,
yeah,
you know, she's angry. I show her through my anger
mm,
and, when is it okay to be angry? What does anger mean when it comes up? Like I'll get angry at Jason and it might be hormonal,
mm,
and that's an apology is what that anger looks like. And I teach her how to apologize for when that does come up.
mm,
But when someone does you wrong, you need to be angry.
mm,
And what does it that constructively look like? One, it's a sign that you need to protect yourself immediately.
mm,
When I've had so many times when I've been angry. A really good example of that is when she was in public school. I used to go in and volunteer all the time. I mean, she was in first grade, and a teacher who was pretty grumpy, by the way, had me in to volunteer, and the teacher held up one of the other little kid snacks and said, listen, hey, this snack is not right. It's way too big. It's inappropriate size, and totally like shamed the kid.
Snack shamed the kid.
Snack fucking shamed the kid.
How dare
And
you?
then
How dare you say food is too big?
I can't stand that shit. Gluttony for later, but whatever.
Gluttony for later. Next week, gluttony.
I've been the kid that had the weird snack. I don't need
Oh,
like
trust me. I grew up in a Polish home. The kids had peanut butter and jelly, and I had pate and pickles.
yeah,
Like,
okay.
what is that?
Yeah, this is the equivalent. And then this stupid bitch went over and held up Scarlett's snack and said how perfect it was, just as because I was there and she wanted to like slip a finger in my butthole.
Yeah.
I walked out of there rage pissed because what she didn't know is I had been the kid with the weird snack that their mom didn't get up in the morning and pack. I had to pack my own snack that was weird.
So what did you do? Like, what did you do with that anger? How did you channel it?
Well, that wasn't. I reached out to her. I said that was inappropriate. It it reeked of shaming the child. This, that, and the other thing. Now this is where things got weird. She said in the responding email, "I no longer need you to volunteer."
Are you kidding me?
I love this.
Oh my God.
I love this story. So I end up calling the principal, and I said, I'm sending Jason in there because you don't want me. And because of the person I am and the raw knowledge that I am fierce, she basically handled it immediately. She just ripped the Band-Aid right off of it, got Scarlett out of that classroom, just immediately handled it. Now, the story behind this is everyone that is important in your life should know that you will light a place on fire if you have to.
Yeah.
And it's not that I would have done anything crazy, but I would have lit up the place on fire.
Yeah.
In some way, shape, or form, because if you don't have a backbone, people are going to use you as a doormat.
They do. Yeah.
Are they not?
Yeah. I'm curious, can you remember when was the angriest you've ever been? The angriest, like where you were just enraged, where you really felt wrath. Can you remember?
I remember the first time I felt that. I was in second grade, and we were walking home from school, and a big girl. I mean, she looked 6 foot tall. She was probably 5 foot tall, but I was tiny.
Yeah.
She was picking on a really heavy, weak child. And I remember I saw red. I came home, stomped through the door, slammed my backpack down, and I stomped across the parking lot and said, you want to pick on somebody? Pick on me.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm so glad she didn't. She backed down because she would have wiped the floor with me.
Yeah.
I remembered that feeling of fucking injustice.
Yeah.
And I remember
Angry.
I was angry, and my mom was like looking out the window, like, what is going on?
Yeah.
That was the first time I had that fuel inside me that was just not going to take it anymore.
Yeah. That's cool.
Have
you ever hit somebody that you were so angry that you fucking punched somebody or hit somebody or like?
In a couple of my first like romantic relationships, they got physical, but I think I was in defense.
Okay.
But I will say the last time my dad was here, I felt such rage that I closed my eyes and pictured going and punching him in the face over and over and over and over again.
Did you feel better after that?
No, I felt terrible.
Oh.
Because then I realized I would be the bully.
Yeah, damn it.
So that's when I had to check myself.
Before you wrecked yourself.
Before I wrecked our entire family.
Before you wrecked Dad.
I mean, I that was one of those bad
Yeah.
rages, but
Yeah.
how about you? Have you ever hit anybody
Oh
in
yeah. Yeah. I hit my check once. I was enraged. It was I mean, I went psycho and it felt so good. And I think I told you the story, but we had arrived at the summer house, which it was this house that I'd worked on like for years, like a couple years, and we arrived, it was late and there was something wrong. I forgot what it was. Like something was wrong with the house. And so he was walking around just like nitpicking things that were wrong with the house. And I just said, I was like, okay, we can fix that tomorrow. I was like really tired and he kept picking at the nitpicking at the house. And he started going in at me that I wasn't getting mad enough at what I should be getting mad at. Like he
Oh,
was saying like, why doesn't this upset you? This should upset you. And he wouldn't stop. So at some point, I just made a conscious decision to fly into a rage. And it was amazing because I took a chair and I smashed it on the ground and I started taking the books like and just chucking them and ripping them apart. And I was taking everything near me and just destroying it. And I was saying, is this what you want? Is this what you want? And it was like that scene out of like fucking what is it? Gladiator, where he's like, are you not entertained?
yeah.
And it felt, I just decided to go nuts and I almost destroyed like the entire kitchen. And he just stood back and like his eyes were big and he was in shock because I'm usually pretty stoic, but I just it wasn't about that moment. It was
No, of course
everything
it was. It
building
was
up,
months and months.
months,
Yeah.
months, everything building up to that moment. And I just flew into a fucking, I was like Jesus when he went into the temple and they were like selling stuff in the temple and he just destroyed the temple. And that was me. Like I destroyed the temple, you
I
know?
like that you're comparing your rage to Jesus's.
It was like that. And
Walk in the
then
steps of Jesus.
I
That's what
felt
they always say.
really good physically because I think rage, wrath, when suppressed, is very damaging. And I almost felt like I was after like a deep tissue massage after I had let all that rage out of my body.
Yeah.
So I think it's really, really important to not bottle it up and just fucking let it out when you can.
I have always said, as a mother, your child should know that you can pop off.
Yeah.
It's not, I mean, Scarlett's probably the most respected human being. I've made sure of that in like in any home everywhere.
Yeah.
But I want her to know that if someone pushes her and pushes her and pushes her, you, there, you can pop off. You have to know that.
Yeah.
You know, you have to know as a woman, you can only take so much. And you should know that about men too. I mean,
Yeah.
you can't push and push and push someone. And that's what happens. That destructive friendship that I had taught me so much about anger. Because, I little things made me angry. Throughout I'd be like angry just for a minute and I just, oh, it's fine. She's
Yeah.
imperfect. She's
Yeah.
this, she's that, she's that. Oh, like the good outweighs the bad. And I kept restraining my anger.
Mm.
And it turns out that I had repressed so many things, not just one or two things, but I had repressed my intuition to the point that when we separated as friends, I realized that I had gone against myself completely
Mm.
because I hadn't said anything. I hadn't, and that's where the real anger came in, is I was
Yeah.
angry at myself for
Yeah.
putting my child, and my family in harm's way
Yeah.
by repressing and just pushing it down little things over and over and over and over.
Yeah.
And when we do that, I do think that like we start to lie to ourselves and lose our identity in relationships.
Yeah. Because yeah, we don't want to seem like the shrew. We don't want to seem like, we're losing it, or we don't want to, yeah, yeah.
I
So
mean,
we deny it. And
this is a great example. Jason and my marriage almost ended because we didn't fight.
yeah,
We couldn't fight. I couldn't tell him I was hurting. I couldn't tell him, I wanted something more. I always felt like I was,
yeah,
you know, being difficult or being too needy or too,
yeah,
and he felt like he was being, if he brought up something, it was him being, difficult or not being manly enough or whatever it was.
yeah,
We couldn't. So, I mean, now we have no problem arguing,
yeah.
but
It's interesting that you say that, and because I teach it when I do like trainings and stuff, that people think conflict is bad.
okay.
But
Can
we
we
always teach,
pause this?
yeah,
Because these just died.
1 second. Okay, hang on. Yeah, so when I do like a lot of leadership training, like a lot of leaders think that conflict is a bad thing. And I like always teach them like organizations without conflict are toxic because you can't
Mhm.
get everything out. And like organizations without conflict die. Like same with relationships. If you have no conflict in a
Families,
relationship, it dies.
families without conflict are not families.
Yeah.
It's like, and families that you feel like you have to be perfect in are not petri dishes for growth.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you
Where
can't
you
make
can go.
yeah, like if you can't make a mistake, you can't grow.
Yeah. Yeah, and same with like everything, like is some type of conflict. Like when you work out, it's your muscles are in conflict with the weight, you know?
Yeah. Like when you walk, you're in conflict with the
Yeah.
ground. Like
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
you're moving through things.
Yeah.
And I think that, you know, if you, and I love one of my favorite things is when Jason and I get angry together and make a
Ooh,
change.
yeah. That's the
Like
best.
that's one of my favorite things. Like when we decided to move to the Virgin Islands, we got just sick and tired and angry at the weather in Chicago
Yeah.
and dealing and living like that and just being inside 8 months a year and this, that, and the other thing. We just got kind of raged together and just said,
Yeah.
fuck it.
At Chicago. Yeah.
Yeah, we raged together. So I want to talk about how to like, because wrath is one thing, getting angry, but like, what is a healthy place to be? What do you think is a healthy place to be when it comes to anger? Should you forgive?
Yeah, because I think there's a line in the Alcoholics Anonymous book that said the grouch and the brainstorm are not for us. So I think anger, it's like that, the light that comes on in the car, like check engine light,
Hmm.
looking at it, right? But if you continue just to let it fester and feed it, right? So it's almost like if my oil light comes on, but I continue to drive and almost the car is going to break apart. So I like anger shows up. I have to look at it. I have to address it. I have to do something about it. But I'm not going to continue to feed it and feed it and feed it and feed it because
Yeah.
that's just stupid. Right?
Right.
So using it in order to do something. So I think that's
So,
for me,
but
that's
what if like you get raped and you're angry at your rapist? It's okay to be angry for the rest of your life at your rapist, no?
well, not for alcoholics. And I have a really interesting story about that because there was a lady that I'm friends with in the rooms, and she was raped by her neighbor. And she carried that anger for a long time, and she knew that if she didn't do something about it, she was going to drink over it.
Okay.
So it just depends. But also, she realized that that anger, the carrying around of it, was making her sick. She wanted to be free of the anger. So she worked on it, and she eventually was freed of the anger. Um, And that's interesting to me because at some point, I think if you're just angry for like carrying it around, I don't know if that's healthy. I don't know
I
if
don't
that feels good.
I
So
don't know that I can ever not be angry about injustice. It's like it's something that, you know, uh like you know, you can reclaim your power in it, but never be at peace with it. You know what I mean? I wonder, am I the only one? Like I use my anger to fuel me towards better moral decisions or better ways to reclaim my power in it in certain things or if move on. But I wonder, like, you can't ever forget those things. And what does that forgiveness look like? I mean, what does that look like to somebody who is struggling with an anger that they can't get over? You
I
know,
think it just depends what the anger is doing to you. So is it
yeah.
destroying you or is it helping you?
Okay.
And I
I
think
love that.
that's just the way to look at it.
I love that. I
Yeah.
think if you can find a way to parlay that anger into pushing you towards a more uh, peaceful, loving, active, what do they say? The best revenge is living well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like half the reason I do what I do is to get back at people. To just
Mm.
show in my third grade teacher, she told me I was stupid for crossing my T's too low because I crossed them right in the middle because I was a
Yeah.
perfectionist even then.
Yeah.
And the whole reason I've built this wonderful life is to tell Mrs. Yates to fuck off.
Have you done it? Can that be your assignment for this week?
Well,
Alive.
I'm sure she's
Yeah.
not, I mean, she's probably not alive now, but I do plan on my first book is dedicating it to Mrs. Yates because I took that and I remembered it and it was such an injustice to do to a third grader.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking, oh, I can't believe she's like, why would she do that to me? This, that, and that. And as I got older, I was like, every time I accomplished something that was better than a dumb person would do, I was like, fuck you, Mrs. Yates. Just fuck you, you know?
Love
And
that.
I now look back that she probably just ran out of shit to say and was saying shit to third graders that she should have, kept to herself or
Yeah.
whatever. I mean, who knows? A third grade teacher has got to suck pretty hard.
Oh, and yeah, it's like the worst age, I think. Yeah. It's like a no man's land of school. Like first,
Yeah.
second grade is cool. Then you go
Cute. They're
to
still
fifth, sixth,
cute.
like third, fourth. Like, what is that?
They got the big teeth. They're weird looking.
Yes, yeah, it's not.
Yeah. Poor Mrs. Yates.
Yeah, I think and I think some people, I think you need to get angry. Just, I remember once I was coaching this girl and she was whining. She was just whining and whining. And she would call me up and she was whining. And one day I lost it and I screamed at her and she got real quiet. And I remember I just got off the phone quickly and I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I screamed at a client. And then she called me back and she thanked me because she said she couldn't hear what I was saying until I screamed it. So
Yeah.
sometimes you need to scream.
Oh, I think so. And
Yeah.
I think that when you're fucking angry, a good little settling, like you don't want to get rid of that anger because you can use it. It's fuel, it's jet fuel, let's
Yeah.
move. But a real quick question is what justice do I want?
Mm,
What justice do I want from this? And if it's something that is outside yourself, it's unhealthy. Like I
mm.
want them to die. That's unhealthy, just so everyone knows.
Yeah, what's that quote? Resentment is like drinking poison and waiting for the other person to die.
Exactly. But like, what justice do I want? I want them to never hurt another person like this.
Yeah.
Now that gives you a little blueprint.
Yeah.
Now you start to now you start to turn them in. Now you start to talk. Now you
Yeah.
start to like leave
Yeah.
reviews. Now, now
Yeah.
you're able to like kind of
Make
get
the
a
world a
little
better
bit of
place.
make the world a better place through that anger, but by asking what justice do I want? And
Mm.
and also to pull back on this is when you're angry in a relationship that you plan on keeping,
Mm.
a good question is say, why am I angry? What's
Yeah.
the real reason? Why am I angry? Why am I hurt? Because that's what it is.
Yeah.
If you've been, had something like your trust broken, an opportunity was lost to you, or your dignity has been challenged, or your ego's been hurt. Like a good question is, why am I hurt? Why
Yeah.
does this hurt so bad?
Yeah.
These questions like why am I hurt? Why am I angry? Like,
What's
where is
going
this
on?
coming from?
Yeah.
Is this my ego?
Yeah.
you know like because a lot of times like when Jason and I were in the crux of not thriving in our marriage, I was hurt because I did not think that he thought I was sexy or
Mm.
beautiful or whatever. Like I was actually, my ego was challenged because I didn't feel that he desired me,
Mm.
and that is a really painful place to be as a woman.
Yeah.
And I had to kind of take a knee with my worth connected to my looks. If you think about how powerful that is, my dad only loved me because of my looks, right? So I was being challenged and rejected in a way a man had never rejected me.
Mm.
So that was a big learning opportunity for me to take a knee
Yeah.
on what my true self-worth was,
Yeah. All
you
thanks to
know,
anger. Yeah.
all thanks to this beautiful thing we call rage.
Are you gonna embrace it a little more? How are you gonna embrace it? Like, how are we gonna take this forward for this week?
I mean, I'm not stuffing anything down, and
Mm.
I don't think anybody else should. And in
Mm.
fact, like, you called me, you were so hurt this week,
Mm.
and I spread rage to you.
You did, and that was lovely. Yeah. You know what I love? Sometimes your friends, and this is what I love about good friends, that they will get mad for you when you can't, so you can
Yeah.
connect with your own anger, and that is the best.
Yeah. I have a friend, her daughter is being picked on for having some pimples.
Oh.
And the friend's like me, she's like not afraid to lose her shit. And I was like, let's go to jail. Let's do this. Let's beat up some fucking 13-year-olds.
I love that. That's really important, I think, in a friendship. Like when you can get mad for your friend when they can't, like, just
Yeah.
plugging into that. Love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I think we should get mad for each other as women a little bit
Yeah.
more.
Amen.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yep.
Oh, what a good topic. So what,
I
glut
know.
next week? We're going through all this stuff.
Sure.
Yeah.
I love it.
Oh, I cannot wait to talk about foie gras the entire
I
episode.
can't either. Yeah. Our next week episode is on duck fat.
I love you.
I love you. I'll see you
See you
next
next
Tuesday.
Tuesday. Bye.
Bye. Thank you so much for joining us this week on We Need Help, the podcast.
Make sure to like, subscribe, like again our YouTube channel, our Instagram, follow us wherever you can. It really, really helps us out and ensures that you won't miss any future episodes. So, yep, thanks to you, we can keep going.
We'll see you next Tuesday.
See you next Tuesday. Love you.
Bye.
Bye.